problem number 5. This miasma attack, this is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what I see. Yeah. Welcome to the channel. This is the later files. After this one game of the year, I really wanted to play this game again. But I figured if we're going to do another playthrough, you might as well do a randomizer, am I right? So, that's what we're doing today. Now, the outfits are also randomized, so I don't know what we're going to get. Oh, Baguette Gustave! No way! Oh, and bald too! Wow, look at that shining head. After admiring the shine on his bald head, we enter the tutorial fight. And it fills me with a confidence that I absolutely did not earn whatsoever. Pocket then watch, we meet Sophie, who is dying. So naturally, we give her a flower. Okay, that flower was way bigger in his hand than on her lapel there. There ain't no way that's the same flower. See, Sophie has some errands to run, like talking to you, and you, and you, and listening to you. They give me an eye, okay? I'm not weird. All the time. Just sometimes. Anyway, we help this guy with his painting, talk to a guy in a trash can. Sophie dies. He's here and she's gonna die. Wait. Sophie dies? I'm not crying. You're crying. Okay. Now, we emigrate from Lumiere to get away from all that sadness. I hope your paperwork is in order. But now the game begins for real. Featuring the title, if you forgot what game you were playing. Obscure. Upon arriving at the beach, we run into an old man who is very friendly. He did that to himself, that's all I'm saying. Old man on your first meeting is a crazy thing to say to someone. And now, Act 1 begins, and the challenge starts. Oh yay, my first enemies. I wonder who it'll be. That doesn't look too bad, but it was here I realized we reached our first problem. No, it's not my lack of parry skills, though that is a problem. I can't jump! That's not fair. And that realization drove Gustave to the brink. But don't worry, Lune comes in just in time to remind him that even with the 0-foot vertical, life goes on. How inspiring. And this shield guy decides to become a vessel for our anger. And here, we find out what drove me to the brink in this act. Gradient counters. It can't be that big of a problem, you're thinking. Oh dear viewer, you don't know the half of it. After getting lucky and not dying to the gradient counters, we find ourselves face to face with the first boss of the run. But I didn't realize that I hadn't set up the bosses to appear in place of bosses, so this was the easiest first boss that we've ever had. And we cleared these little guys with 0 issues. Randomizer has been very nice to us. Then, we go on to retrieve Mael. Wow. Him and Mael, both in the Baguette outfits. That is approved. They are matching. Only to be stopped by Harvey No.005 over there for training. If training is kicking my butt until my grandchildren have kick marks on their butt, then yeah, training. Holy moly! Welcome to the problem numero the first. Inversion. Inversion is a debuff that stops you from healing, and with such little health, heals have been my way of outlasting my opponents up to this point. Problem number 2. Gradient attacks rear their ugly head once again, which is just damage I have to eat. Without heals, hopefully you can see why that's an issue. Speaking of eating, problem number 3. Getting eaten, which means I just have to lose a party member until I can get them back. And I can't even watch the eyes of my party member as they get sucked into the abyss because of this jank camera angle, which is problem number 4. And problem number 5. This miasma attack, this is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what I see. Yeah. This attack killed me about 100 times probably, but that's more of a skill issue. And then chat suggested that we swap pictos. So we did just that. And it did not help. Then, we started strategizing. The first problem was the inversion. Being able to heal would go so far. And then we realized Gustave can heal and clear his own inversion. Oh, recovery dispels status effects? Well, okay, Gustave. Sure. Oh. Okay, so you still get hit with the inversion before clearing the inversion. Okay. The enemies can't kill me, I have to kill myself. Well, Gustave, I guess you went out how you wanted to, I suppose. But we also learned that Lune can do it too. Oh my gosh, wait a second. I think Lune's also dispels status effects. Actually, let's just find out. It does! It does! Oh my gosh! That's huge! That's actually huge! I can actually heal with Lune! Huge. But then she got eaten. Okay, huge except for the fact that she's gone. But overall, that means healing is back on the menu.
Looks like
Healing.
back on the menu, boys.
Unfortunately for me, my newfound healing ability made me a little bit overconfident. Oh my gosh! Yeah, it does heal. Yeah, because now I can kind of attack, just tank some more hits. Not that I should. Not that I should. I parried one of those. I parried exactly one of those. But then Big Zordo issued me a challenge. To go like and subscribe to the later files. Wait, no, that's my challenge to you. Zordo said, okay, BRB. But when I get back, you better be done with this fight. And I knew I couldn't let him down. Lord Zordo, lock in for this one just for you. Nice, huge berry. That was good. Let's go! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about! Let's freaking go! Lord Zord left, but when he comes back, he'll see we did it. Oh my gosh. All right, back on the road again, where we meet Noko. Been streaming for almost 2 hours now, and we finally are making progress again. Let's go. Ooh, baby. Who tells us to go to the Gestural Village. But not yet. First, we have to take on the replacement for this big guy, who we promptly deal with. And at this point, I felt like I could take on anything in the game. I did not expect it could get worse. After all that stress, we went to relax our nerves and lower our cortisol levels, and what better place to do that than at the beach? Unfortunately, we weren't there for too long because I beat this on, like, my first try. I'm just the goat like that. I said first try. The crazy part is that once you're past that, like, wheel area, it's not even that hard. You know, I just like these challenges because you know the devs just had a fun time putting these together. Like, these are like just random logs floating in. There's no reason as to why they're like this. You can just tell the repeated assets used over and over again. But who cares, you know? Like, it's just fun of it. Yeah, it's got so much soul. That's what I'm saying. Don't roll down that hole. Done that before. All right, easy, let's go. Let's easy, first try. Yeah, that's more like it. Before moving into the Gestural Village, we have to deal with the guard at the entrance. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh, wait. Is that who I think it is? We're fighting Renoir?
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
The biggest problem we have here is this vanishing. It's a cool magic trick, and a good magician can bring back what vanished. Unfortunately, Renoir is not a good magician. Oh no, that is gonna be a problem. Can I get her back? Is she just gone? I'm gonna go under the assumption that just like the Bourgeon, he only does that to one character during the fight. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. Why did I say something? I said it and Renoir's like, oh, you want me to vanish people? Okay, sure. And then it happened. Oh, okay, see you later, Mael. Well, that is a big loss, Mr. Zordo. That is a big loss. That's where like 99% of my damage is coming from. By my sheer lack of parry abilities, Mael dies before she got vanished. Oh, she did die before vanishing. You're right. I didn't even notice that. Which means she's not gone permanently. I had to double check that. I was like, is this a revive tip that I just... And with Mael back, say bye-bye to Papa. Spoiler alert. Let's go! Let's go! Okay, phenomenal. That's biggest threat out of the way. And cleaning up the rest of them was barely an inconvenience. Zordo didn't even have to leave this time. And you're here! And from there, everything was smooth sailing. If the ocean you're sailing on is a ravenous beast intent on making you question everything you've ever done in your life, then yeah, smooth sailing. Once in the Gestural Village, we speak to their leader, Golgara, who tells us to fight some old people in some tournament to get a password to meet the legendary SKA, but the only thing that got old was me with how long I was here. You're only allowed to take one fighter, so we choose Gustave as our champion because he had the most health. So the plan was to tank hits and use his heal to keep him alive until I can just keep chipping away at their health. Unfortunately for me, I learned that you can always count on a plan not going to plan. And here we face the biggest challenge in this video. Gradient attacks just like that, and it breaks. If you don't know, break is a status effect that makes your character lose one turn, and they can't parry or counter or do anything. Which means, for at least one round of combat, we have to survive the onslaught of attacks from enemies. Okay, that is gonna be a problem. That whole gradient attack business. It's always the gradient attacks. Thing is, I'm relatively close to unlocking gradient attacks. I just have to get through Stonewave Cliffs. So by the end of this stream, in theory, we should be there. The problem is getting to the end of this stream. After an hour and a half of throwing ourselves at this, both me and chat started to think this was impossible. I agree with you though, I don't know if it is possible to do this without the gradient counter. The thing is, with it would be so easy. So I put on my farmer's hat and got to work. Don't mind me, I'm just going to use you for some levels. With the power of 2 levels, and having seen muscular Renoir. Renoir is really getting me. It's just so funny, like, that he's just thinking of such an old man, Renoir, having such a muscular body. Like, I aspire to have that kind of body when I'm 100 and whatever that he is. I knew anything was possible. Utilizing the defensive mode Picto, which allowed me to reduce damage if I have AP, and in Medea Res to mitigate a few big hits initially, it was my time to find out if I could survive the onslaught. This may not be possible. Did I get my 2 shield? No. And I did! With my parries back, they fell one by one by one. Nice. Does that kill? Let's go! Let's go! All I needed was 2 levels, apparently. After that grueling encounter, we decided to take a snack break. I'm just going to put it on the spoon so you guys can see what it looks like. And I can see what it looks like. Know what my demons are. Get it all out there just for you guys. Does anybody actually eat ketchup raw like this? No, I don't think they do. Here we go. Bottoms up. Cheers. Drop a ketchup brand in the comments. If we hit 10, I'll make it its own file. But for now, back to the run. With Seal in the party now, we head to SKA's cave, where Gustave said what we were all thinking during that last fight.
Get out of my way!
Yep, you read my mind, Gustave. After that display of letting out all our emotions, we meet SKA, a fellow rock collector. And he's lost his rock collection. What a shade. And who has it but his best friend turned enemy, Francois, who we had to do some concussive persuasion on to get the rock back. Now, I've never used CL before, but she is so powerful that this fight was no issue. I did it so early! I messed up that fight. Don't look at that. Worry not. Gustave comes in clutch, finishing off this fight for us. Have it on this? There we go. Nice. I forgot we had Gustave as a backup. I'm not used to having extra character, so I definitely let the ladies down, though. To all the ladies out there, I apologize in advance because I did not make you look good. Not that you don't already look good. And with SKA's rock reacquired, we head to the grave of Gustave. I mean, Stonewave Cliffs. Ah, Gustave. We had the honor of Gustave one last time. He really carried us far with this bald and shiny head. This game is beautiful. Let's have a moment of silence for Gustave. Yep, you just stretched there, you unknowing victim. Now, on to the lap master fight. Gustave's final stand. These 3 shouldn't be too bad. Right? I missed it. Don't worry. We have Gustave, the clutch king. And with him, they go down 1. I did get a lot of practice. By 1. By 1. Oh God, Gustave, no! The clutch king! But don't worry. We have Gustave now. which brings us into Act 2. That's it. We did it. End of Act 1, baby. Let's go. And the end of this video. If you want to check out the stream for some more fun times, I'm live Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 5. Anyway, enough shameless plugging. And time for our daily dad joke. Did you know that Gustave can jump higher than a house? Because houses can't jump. All right. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.